Hey everyone, it's me, your favorite Sparkle Girl, aka Kate and Sparkle. So today I'm here to make my own sort of review, as in I might be talking about my own facts and opinions and any kinds. And this is actually about two young girls that I personally like who were well, let's just say it's complicated to explain, but can I just say this is actually about Sophia Grace and Rosie. So can I just be honest? I only wanted to mention that I know some of you may not know who they are, and that's okay. But and I will going to explain it about what what and who they are. So can I just get to the further point and notice that Sophia Grace and Rosie were only little kids when they got themselves introduced to this whole um you know fame and all kinds. So yeah, if you know what I mean about the word fame, you get what I mean. It just means like famous somehow when it comes to being noticed, or maybe sometimes you just like getting attention because someone likes your talent or your skill, something like that. So that's the fair point of saying. So can I just say, so Sophia Grace and Rosie are actually cousins, and they used to be a duo. I mean, duo. It's hard to pronounce the name, but hope everyone can understand that I do sometimes have a little, you know, whatever. But so anyway, can I just say, Sophia Grace are cousins, and I know there will be some people who can confuse them as sisters, but they clearly are cousins. But I can easily see them as sisters as well as they are cousins, and also I can see them as best friends as well, even though they're not as close as they used to be. I mean, what I'm trying to say here, Sophia and Grace and Rosie always used to be so close together when they were kids. Until sometimes a couple of years ago, they, they started to do their own thing, solo sort of thing. Yeah, that's my third point. So, and can I just be honest? So, the way I first discovered them, that was sometimes between 2015 or 2016. But if I got my head correctly, it would be 2016 because I still got that memory when I watched them in that year on YouTube on the Ellen show, something like that. Yeah, and you guys know who Ellen is, right? It's okay if you don't. And some of you may find out obviously who she is because she's a voice actress who did Dory from Finding Nemo. But she's also um presenter of her own show called The Ellen Show. So yeah, and can I just be honest with you guys? As in boys and girls, I just want to be honest by saying I love the girls after I discovered them. Yeah. So basically, ever since I discovered them, I've been starting to like them because, well, at first I wasn't sure because, well, I don't know how to explain it, but until like in mom's time that year, I'm starting to like them even more, if you get what I mean. Because sometimes it can happen. It's pretty normal to not sure at first when you discover someone or whatever, and then you starting to like them even more the more you watch them on YouTube or something. Like Maisie Smith from EastEnders, for example, because I love Maisie Smith. She's been my favourite ever since 2016, actually. Since at the same time as I love Sophia Grace and Rosie. So yeah, and yes, um, I do got my favourite moments about Sophia and Rosie actually, because I like almost some of the songs sung by either Rosie or Sophia, so something like that. And can I just be honest? Um, I do got some few favorite videos of Sophia Grace and Rosie, like the one when they go to Disneyland Paris and the one when they went to Disney World. And I also like the one where they went in that toy shop. Yeah, I like that one. And I also like the some of the red carpet sort of videos with Sophia Grace and Rosie when they meet and interview each of different celebrities they met that day one couple of years ago when they were only like kids. So yeah. So yeah. Um and yes. Sophia Grace and Rosie are both in United Kingdom. And yet of course some of you already know that I'm from United Kingdom as well. So yeah. And I really do like to meet Sophia Grace and Rosie one day in the future if I ever become, you know, famous myself one day. I just don't know quite yet because I just, need my own experience to get used to first. I hope everyone can understand that. So yeah. So the main reason why Sophia Grace and Rosie were famous when they first introduced back in 2011, well, it's because I remember their very first video of when they're on the Ellen Show on YouTube, and they had this sort of video of themselves singing "Super Bass" by Nicki Minaj. So yeah, I just love how the way Sophia sang that song. She's so amazing. She knows the lyrics like I can't actually. But don't get me wrong, Sophia Grace does got an amazing voice as Nicki Minaj has. So yeah, I just think both of them are very good in their own respective way. So yeah, so that's my honest opinion. So, and I don't think I could ever compare one of them really because I just think they're both are best in their own special way. Because, like I said, everyone on talent in their own special way and very unique. And yeah, and if I have to be honest with you guys, I don't really always know all the lyrics when it comes to singing a song because sometimes I get muddled up. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It just happens sometimes, and every time I do that in front of other people or something like that, like when you're on a stage, I get like this sort of like stage fright. But I do sometimes get used to it. But sometimes after once I sang the whole song, I was like, oh my god, I feel so shaky. But like that, you can't possibly blame me for that one. But it just happens to anyone, not just myself. So yeah. So anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about Sophia Grace and Rosie. And yes, I like Sophia Grace very first debuted of her own solos single song, and it's called "Girls Just Gotta Have Fun." Yeah, followed by the single "Best Friends" in late 2014. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I like almost every song by Sophia Grace, but I also like some of the songs by Rosie, and I think it's called Handstand. Yeah, I just like that one. It's so catchy. I never get that out of my head. It's just so catchy. Like, it never ever gets out of your head. Like, please don't stop the music. You get that joke from Rihanna. So, yeah. Oh, um, I just don't know really. Um, Oh yeah, I nearly forgot some other few things that I didn't mention yet. My other favorite moments are when Sophia Grace and Rosie went on this Nickelodeon TV show called Sam and Cat, but only in 2 episodes respectively, because I remember watching the episode like 3 times before, and they were really good playing as the two naughty Brit brats. It's like Britain, but naughty kids, if you get what I mean. But let's to be clear, Sophia Grace and Rosie are actually really nice in reality, as in real life. Yeah, I know the characters that they were playing called Gwen and Ruby. They can be nasty and mean in the show, but like I said, Sophia and Rosie are both actually really positive and nice and calm and really sweet. So yeah, that's my honest opinion. And I also the other moment where Sophia, Grace, and Rosie had their very own sort of storybooks of themselves. Yeah, and I forgot the name of the woman who wrote those books. I had to search it up again. It's been a long time since I watched those videos. Don't get me wrong. Um. Oh yeah, I also remember when the girls eventually hosted their own segment called Tea Time with Sophia, Grace, and Rosie. I just remember watching all the episodes of that actually. One with Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, and yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, like I said, if you guys, as in, sorry, boys and girls, remember that community post that I made about Sophia, Grace, and Rosie themselves. I just mentioned that they both actually inspire me. Yeah, so the main reason why they inspire me is that some of you guys already found it obvious that I do like to become an animator one day, to make my own TV show based on my own characters. So yeah, and I also on the character based after me with the name Caitlin Sparkle for my own cartoon called The Singer Dolls Girls. So yeah, um, so basically, like I said, the reason why I said about Sophia Grace and Rosie inspired me so much was because of the fame and fortune. Yeah, I just like singing, and I sometimes like dancing, but not all the time because sometimes dancing in front of other people can be embarrassing. But you can't possibly blame me for that point. But I do often dance around with other people when it comes to having a party in either college or school or something like that. But that's not really the real me, you know. It's just me feel a bit shy and having fun at the same time, you know. Yeah. So that's my real me. Yeah. So anyway, can I just be honest before I could possibly go? I really appreciate you guys to liking Sophia, Grace, and Rosie themselves. And yes, I have also seen the very own official movie, and it's called Sophia, Grace, and Rosie Royal Adventure. I've seen it like loads of times before from a long time ago. I haven't even watched it for a while, so I might as well watch it again for my own teenhood sort of thing. Yeah, tell me about it. But I do count it as a childhood as well because even though I wasn't really a kid when I watched it, I was doing around like I was like around my teens when I first discovered the girls and the the whole thing to do with them, something like that. So yeah, I just feel like I want to say I love the girls. They make everything so special around the world, and they show everyone about the positive ways. And yes, and I'm glad I discovered them because, like I said, they're just so amazing and talented, and I really wish I could meet them one day in the future if I do become famous as well. But I don't know it quite yet. Like I said before, I need to have my own experience to get used to it if I do. So yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you guys to it, boys and girls, or ladies and gentlemen, and I'll catch you guys another time. And also, before I could possibly go, this is actually um my first time of doing something like this. Reviewing on my favorite somehow celebrities. So yeah, yeah. I'm sorry if you guys well, can I just be honest? I feel a bit shaky at the moment because it's really cold in the UK. So I just hope you can bear with me for that one because it's really, really cold. Really, it is. So yeah. So anyway, but I am nervous to talk about Sophia, Grace, and Rosie, but I'm used to it to talk about my favourite celebrities. So anyway, I'll leave you guys to it, and I hope you have another lovely year and have a very good Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye everyone, and stay safe. Be cool. Sparkle out.